Good evening there, friends, and welcome to the Petroleum People's Proletarian Prefecture, Workers' Resources, Soviet Republic. Cheers! Whilst the building types are being initialized here. Yes, it was one of those slow loads for some reason. It oughtn't have been, I thought, but such is it. Real slow. I apologize for this. Time here, wasting time, yes. The cable is apparently going real bad. Fan. Oh, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. I think it has crashed or something. This is not a reasonable amount of time for this to take up. And it's been initialized in these vehicle types for quite a while. You know, this is terrible flashbacks towards earlier versions of the game. There we go, I should not have doubted it. Yes, we're in the center of town, sort of, if the town has a center. The Red Star Monument is shining with its glory and spreading government loyalty influence with 5.2%. And if one takes a look over time, we are actually going up on the government loyalty there, and the happiness is. I've changed the settings back here now to hard, great hard settings for the citizen reaction. And it's the birth rate. Unless you keep them completely satisfied with every little single thing that they want, they will not have enough children to offset to keep the demographic imbalance as a start even. But if you keep them very happy, provide very happy. At least provide them with all they need. So there's one citizen here that couldn't visit the pub or tavern, otherwise we're pretty good. But the population over all time, it's quite obvious. This is where I changed the setting to great hard, and then we had a little bit of logistical issues with meat, and that was the only issue, and that was enough to put us over the edge of not a growing, fledgling Soviet Republic here, or Soviet Republic, communist utopia. We've been through all that. We skip that part. You know, we go straight into the utopia bit. Anywho, we now have actual positive growth in the population, even though it isn't that fast, but it is trending upwards, which is the main thing. And one thing that you can do in this game, thanks to its mechanics, is plan out a whole lot of stuff. Now you can plan for something that is going to be enormous one day, which I might have done a bit as a second oil refinery. Maybe someday, you know, you never know. An enormous input storage for oil refining, an oil-based power plant, a gas power plant. Somehow you supply it with oil anyway, because this is plenty for our needs. But the old generator here we may want to upgrade from someday. But so we have a stable population, but it takes a bit of nannying still. This my sort of resource management logistical system. Especially the boats that come here and dock, and these are not proper docks, proper harbors. That's why I've planned here. Many things have been planned. So one day there might be an enormous oil industry going with two oil refineries and so on. But we have to start somewhere, and we're pretty damn far off. I think resource status here we have access to actually 500,000 tons of steel. I've gathered up quite a bit of it. That's good. That will come in very handy. But if you want to build all this is so many goddamn pipelines all over the place. That is so very, very expensive. Here I am, apparently for some reason, digging a pipe, which is completely unnecessary at this point. Stop. yes, building the roads a little bit is where we're at the moment. I guess I was supposed to start constructing the harbor, but since I rearranged the roads slightly, can't do that right now. Plenty of, no, not really. Plenty of other stuff, because all of this is for the pumping harbor, and that's later on. This is for importing the various goods that we need, which are not few. They are plentiful, could say. The music machine is screwing with me here, of course, as is too often the goddamn case today. This piece of crap, I don't know, it is either Mac OS that has problems talking SMB, or it is this application that I'm trying to use. It's COG. C-O-G. Yeah. That's the... doesn't always work so well. The thing with it is it has an inbuilt browser, and you can select the audio output that you want from it, which device you want it to output to, which are two very valuable features, obviously, since I'm still using this piece of crap software. But it could also be the underlying handling of Mac OS X and the SMB file system that is not optimum in any way, shape or form. Is quite terrible. How can they do such a bad implementation and so on? That rant I've been on many times, but it is shameful that they can't do a better implementation, a more stable and reliable one. It works perfectly on Windows, obviously. Well, it's Microsoft's protocol. Yes, but it works completely perfect on Linux as well. Why can't you get it right, Mac? You had it right like 7, 8, 10 maybe years ago. Snow leopard or whatever it was, mountain lion, around there sometime. Yeah, that I think it worked pretty good back then. No, it's not safe. Anyway, yeah, they are now fixing up the roads here, so we will be able to access the harbor. And I think we have plenty of stuff. 500,000 tons of steel. What does this actually require? It will require mechanical components, which, since I accidentally built a bit of pipe, we may be a bit low on. 28 tons. Here comes more of various bits and bobs. The only thing is we're not bringing enough meat, you know. No, and this you wait until unloaded, right? Otherwise the meat truck's not going to be able to time this very often. Meat truck. Well, you have 10 tons on board already. Yeah, but once we're here, we take the chance to. So this is what I'm talking about, shuffling all these logistics around manually. I don't know, proper harbor, proper storage places. That will sort it out. I see if you're on top of it here with the what? No, exactly. It is. There we go. We have a road cargo station, open storage for steel and building material, 2 warehouses, 1 for food products, I thought, and 1 for not food products. And ships. You can dock how many at one of these? For cargo, general cargo, medium. Medium. It's very medium, this. Stations for vehicle loading, unloading, 4. Stations for ships, 3. Right, vehicle unloading, that's parking spaces, is what you meant to say, I think. Well, parking space, anyway. Station, but there is only 3 stations for ships. I was hoping that there would be maybe 1 more or so. But okay, it will work out, I think, because the ships can be, hopefully, pretty large one day. For now, they'll be modest. I think, yeah, right. We can go and have a look what we'll be able to buy. Maybe one day the Volgobalt. That's quite a ship. That's 689,000. That's very expensive. And we have 300,000 rubles, and I think the loan is paid off. We're debt free, which means that we're free, or at least have one less limitation on our freedom. Yes, we're debt free, and we have 300,000. So a quarter of a way to one of these Volgobals. That could be pretty handy. One of those for heavy stuff, steel and bricks. You could do everything except food. For example, with one of these, and have something more modest, like one of these. I already have a few of, but even yet another one, or repurpose one of the old ones for food and meat. And a drink, maybe. Well, then you'd want one for food and meat, and one for drink. The drink we can have on the big one. Yeah, maybe not. You want that? Are you sure? Because if they have gotten into a bit of a habit, although the habit is decreasing. Yes, but there are people who like this stuff, and they get very upset, very upset very quickly if they don't get their demand satisfied. This must have been, we had a prison break. We lost all 7 prisoners this year, and I think I was upgrading roads, and maybe it wasn't possible to actually get to the prison at that point. But since the mechanics were such then that workers could not get in, how could the prisoners get out if there wasn't a road connection or any other sort of connection to this? One can wonder. But I think that one prisoner made it to go work at the oil refinery. Yes. Yeah, we were supposed to be building out the harbors. Yeah, but the road was not finished. So we have prepared quite a bit for future, but still, in actuality, before we can do all this stuff, yes, there will be there's a bit of work to do to build it all. But it's been planned out. Let's see if it works. This gravel business, we have this. Could have this a conveyor takes it, but the conveyor will be incredibly expensive. 35, 80 tons, 120 tons of steel, and mechanical components more than that. A lot. So for the now, yes, this slow but capable thing is taking care of business for us, and it's keeping up. So there is really no issue with it. Now is there? No. It goes to refuel too. Lots of vehicles go to refuel. Yeah. You think they've done the road yet so we can get started on the harbor? I hope so. Yes, they have. Very good. No, but there we go. Start doing stuff with it. And I pre-built all the roads, many of the roads, so we can watch maybe exciting, a bit more exciting construction than just laying it down gravel and pounding it into the ground. A combine harvester is available. Farming. Now I'm thinking, we have oil. We need no bother with other stuff. We can focus on that 100%, and people will happily buy it from us for the foreseeable future, I would think. We're in 1967, so I think that will be good. That will be a good investment, and we can exchange. Oh yeah, the harbors here for other stuff that we eventually will need. But for now, the production isn't that fast here. We have 30 workers now. Actually enough to not keep a queue of trucks though with oil, which is good. but the input tanks are full. So there is a queue. By definition, there is one truck waiting. This is you almost say very well balanced then. Yes, but we need like a few more workers, and that's what is happening in the Republic. The number of workers is increasing. On these, they select this back road for gravel or things. Gravel, yes. That's not good, not clogging up the main road. I still have these tiny old dumpers. Yes, I don't think we have a new construction office too. But does it have dumpers? No, it does not have dumpers. How the hell are you going to build and construct anything? I think the Kenworth, if we have dollars, we have a few dollars. Dumper. Yeah, this will be a staple of this era. Or at least this construction office. A pump jack as it is on fire. Closest fire station was alerted. That's great. Dumper. 3-4. Give or take. Fire engine is already here. It has not burnt down. Very good. Good work. Alright, here I'm also building another tank apparently. To keep stuff in. To keep oil in. I figure we might as well start buffering, and this then goes on. From here is a convoluted. Not from here, it isn't that convoluted. From here it's just an underground pipe that goes along the road, and here's along the road, under the road, and under everything, because it's underground. So you can take it any way you want. And here's a forwarding pump, and if you turn on the underground business, it's a bit clearer what's going on. Maybe. No, because it's mixed with overground and underground and all sorts of business. Anyway, one day the oil will be pumped into this huge storage, which also happens to have a rail connection. If that will ever be something that we'd be interested in doing, cannot store or export oil. No, that's fine though. That you can't, because at the moment we sort of now I have 5 workers in the oil refinery. Very bad. Yes, but harbor. Well, harbor is plenty busy here. Lots of stuff is coming. Lots of traffic and buses and workers hopefully on them. We can use the overlay to spoil, or we can just look at this and see how many none. You've been stuck in traffic for long too. You might have been stuck in traffic for too long. Because I think the bus platform, yeah, there are plenty of workers there. See? That's great. There's 4 diggers digging away and 31 workers. And it is arriving a lot of concrete and gravel and asphalt. Here. Global market report. And the price rises. Price of oil is going down. That's sad. It will go up again. And we might be fine. For the moment, we're not even exporting fuel. We're exporting bitumen, trying to. It goes very slowly since the manning here in the oil refinery isn't that great. But this needed to pause the export completely of fuel to build up an internal buffer. 137 tons is now the internal buffer. It's not quite enough to feel completely confident and safe. In the people's Petroleum Prefecture should always feel confident and safe in their fuel and oil things. At least there is a lot of it around. Then there might be caveats as to the logistics and how things are connected and hooked up and so on, and if things actually end up where they are supposed to. That's a different matter. There is plenty of the resource around. Yeah, so they have started work on the harbor. I mean, how long will this take actually? It'll take a little while, I would think. This has to count down to north and a bit ways further. And 196, yes. And pretty damn expensive stuff, this. Although we're paying for most of it in dollars, actually. That is so much closer. Yes, I'm going to be more talkative towards the Soviet Union in one day, unless they come and come knocking. You never know what they'll ask. But for now, it is the 6th of August of 1967, and we are a promising little thing. We're growing slowly, but hopefully surely. And now we'll have possibilities of logistics that we have not had previously, which could open up for trade with the Soviet Union. Come to think of it, yes. I would really like one of those Volgobals. That wouldn't be bad at all. Yeah, but this is our export. 83 tons of bitumen we have lying about. And that goes to the west, and we sort of need that since we're buying everything, construction material, everything, food, with dollars. So we sort of need to keep that flowing. And it is the fuel that for this 47,000 on board, not any use in sending it as is. What do you think that this is enough for? Not really. 150 tons in the internal reserve, it doesn't sound like a whole lot. Now, where are people working? Is that maybe the issue? That they're working in the wrong place? They're at home for some reason. But there's absolutely no issues. And the lifespan is good, so there ought to be very little pollution too, even though it is right next to the oil refinery and the heating plant. Yeah, they're running at such low. The heating plant may become a problem if we expand here, and it has to run a bit harder. This thing though, the diesel plant, that's quite polluting. But we're only using 1 megawatt of electricity. It will use a whole lot more when all of this is built. Oh yes, it will. But that's for another day. For today, we have started work on the harbor. Ta-da! And we have finished the groundworks, it would seem, and are now waiting for a whole lot of concrete and steel, quite a bit of steel, to arrive. Yeah, that would be that, dear friends. Thank you so very much for watching this installment number 13 of the People's Proletarian Prefecture. Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture. That goes on and continues. Now a lot of traffic arrived here, concrete and what have you. Bus. And steel is arriving. We wait around until they start construction. It is running without issues, it's just not quite noticeable at this point. Oh, but we have, look at all the steel. How much is one of the loader of this? 15,000 something. Yes, so I have thanked you so very much for watching. So it's a good night time.